I got a fire damage Noble. I also got this crash damage car.
Oh, no, no, no. Oh.
After we got the cars in the shop, we took the red car, we fixed a lot of fiberglass, we found this custom body in the UK, we cut the front end off the M12 and welded it onto the M400. We got some custom powder coat and some custom carbon fiber floors and installed some Nissan GTR door handles. Let's get to the build.
Welcome back to Jack Builds It, and welcome back to the Noble M400 build. Behind me is the Noble M400, and in the last video, we got the Nissan GTR door handles fit up and mounted to the car and opening and closing with the factory latch mechanism that comes from Noble. And not only that, we got our carbon fiber floors cut out, fit up, and mounted to the car. And in this video, we are going with the full race car theme. And thanks to our friends over at Nuke Performance, we have some really cool parts to show you. Let's check those out. Check out what we got from Nuke Performance. This is going to bring the car to the next level, literally. We have air jacks, competition air jacks from Nuke Performance. These things are really, really nice. They have these rings here so that you can adjust the height, which is going to be really important because we have a flat bottom car and I want to keep the bottom of that car flat. So what I'm going to do is cut a perfect hole big enough to fit this piece out with just enough clearance on the sides where this piece will drop down. I don't want it to hang below the car. I want it to sit very flush with the floor. So that's really cool. We got that. We have these here, which are basically like jack stands for your air jacks. Once the air jack goes up, you slide these in place. If you lose pressure at any time, this will keep the car from falling. So it's basically like a safety stand. That's pretty cool. We got 3 of those. We also got air lines, air fittings, and a plug-in adapter for this thing. What's really cool about these is these can work off of shop air, which comes at a pressure of like 120 to lift, I think, 2,000 pounds or something like that. This car weighs 2,300 pounds, 2,350, something like that, you know? We have custom brackets, which now I'm realizing that I did not order the right amount. And this is of no one else's fault except mine because I put in the order. This is, yeah. So thanks again to Nuke Performance. They are supporting this build. They have sent these out for me to put onto the car. And if you guys need any type of fueling or air jacks or plenty of other cool stuff, I'll put a link in the description below. We're probably going to do some more work with these guys. And yeah, so each air jack needs 2 brackets, one at the top, one at the bottom. It has 4 rings that hold it in place, keeping the air jack nice and sturdy, not flexing, doing anything like that. You know, that's what you need, right? Yeah, so I ordered 3 for 3 air jacks. Yeah, I'm a dummy. Each one requires 2, so that means we need 6. That's okay. The problem is I'm not going to be able to get these things right away because tomorrow we're leaving to the UK and we're going to be over there and we're going to be doing some pretty cool stuff over there. I'm also going to be going and checking on the body for the car. I can't wait to see how it looks. But now because we only have 3 of these, we're definitely going to have to get 3 more made, but we can do that when we get back. We'll go over to Florida Metalcraft and we'll have Matt cut these out on the plasma table and bend these up for us. But right now I can probably get at least the front one installed, so that's what I'm gonna do. Let's get started doing that. And that way I can feel like I have accomplished something because I am a major idiot and totally forgot about the other brackets. Let's get installing the first one. The first thing I do is I grab my tape measure to find the center of this bar, and then I start fitting up these brackets. The first thing you do when you are fabricating anything is you want to mock it up as if it's going to be on the car the way you're planning on putting it there. The reason you do this is because you're going to put many parts on the car and you don't know if those parts are going to contact these pieces. With all these project cars in the shop, we have a ton of parts that we need to get rid of and sell just so that we're able to make a little more money to keep these projects moving forward. And thanks to today's sponsor, ShipStation, they streamline that process and help us get rid of all of these extra parts. If you run a business, you already know that shipping takes up a lot of time, and ShipStation can streamline this and help you grow your business even while you're on vacation. Car parts can be really expensive and shipping them can be even more expensive. But thanks to ShipStation and their industry-leading carrier discounts with brands like UPS, DHL Express, and USPS rates, you can ship these things for a fraction of the cost with up to 89% off. The only problem is they're not going to pack it for you. Good. Work less and ship more with ShipStation, the innovative tools that help you turn your shipping challenges into opportunities for growth. Go to shipstation.com/JBI to sign up for your free 60-day trial. That's shipstation.com/JBI. Go check it out in the link in the description. So these are some really cool tools right here. If you don't have these in your toolbox, these are basically just square magnets. If I want this to be nice and square to a panel, I can take this and kind of set this here. And there you go. That holds it nice and square. It's not going to move. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use these to square up this piece here to the bottom and determine where this is going to go. I'm going to mark these out so that I can notch this lower one here and sink it down over this piece here. I think that's going to give me a nice good bite on where I want this to be. It'll also give it a little bit more surface area to weld, a little more twist resistance whenever this is putting a lot of flex on there, or it could just twist the bar and break it in half.
With all the panels test fit, I now know that everything is going to fit, so I start modifying and cutting my brackets to weld them to the bars. Like always, the most important step is making sure this metal is clean so that way I get a good weld.
Thanks again to H&S Auto Shop for hooking us up with these welding setups. This thing is amazing, and once again, it has come through to weld in everything here on our air jack. Take a look at how good this came out. As you can see here, these welds look really, really nice. I am very happy with these. This thing is nice and secure, and thank you to Nuke Performance for setting us up with these really, really, really nice air jacks. And you can tell right here, I have it really, really close to the bottom of the floor. I want that thing to sit nice and flush with the floor, not too far down, because if it hits anything, that could cause some damage to the frame. Definitely don't want to do that. We've already replaced part of this anyway. Unfortunately, I was a dummy and I forgot the other brackets, so I'm not going to be able to mount anything up in the back right now, and I really, really wanted to watch this thing go up and down and function, but we'll do that when we get back. So now we have to go over to the UK. Let's get going that direction right now. And we have a few other things planned while we go. So I'll see you guys there.
Like always in this shop, we never stop working. I was quickly editing a video before we got to Goodwood where we saw some amazing cars like this Liberty Walk Countach, as well as this really cool wiper on this random car that I saw here in the middle. This M2 had an amazing Millennium Jade paint job, this really cool Genesis, and another hypercar which I don't remember the name of, but there was so many things to look at while we were here at Goodwood. Not only did we see some cool cars, we met some really cool people.
Well, I'm back from the trip, and if you remember from before, we forgot to order the right amount of brackets, but thanks to our friends over at Florida Metalcraft, we've got them to make me some brackets. Now, this is purely my fault. when talking to the guys at Nuke Performance, I totally forgot about the fact that each one of these supports 2, and I only asked for 3. So that was a dummy fault on myself, but now we have these in place because of Florida Metalcraft, and it's 8 o'clock in the shop right now. It is late. I was over at Florida Metalcraft getting some work done on the R8, and now I have to get these welded in before I leave because I want this thing to lift off the ground, and I want to be excited and motivated to keep going because this is a very hard project if you haven't noticed already. So let's get moving. All right, so I think this is the perfect little pocket area to fit the air jack in. It can sit right here, right behind the air vent that brings air into the engine bay and not be noticed and look cool. So the problem is though, I got this bar here and it's kind of diagonal. I got this bar here and it's flat. The gas tank is here. So I think if I removed that bar, so you don't have to see where that's at, but I think if I take this piece here and I cut it in this angle, because both of these angles are exactly the same, I think all I'm gonna have to do now with it like that is mount it to this somehow. But the thing is, this can't be all the way down because that is the floor right there. So I need this to be sitting like that. So I think what I'll do is I'll cut out just the height of this, weld this down and around that, and down and around the other side, as well as down this piece here. And that should be enough support there. And then I'll do the exact same thing up here, except when I cut the angle across so that this will sit in there nice and flat like, I'll go up, have this piece come up a little bit so that it's level, weld it to this piece here, or maybe even just have the one piece hang down a little bit. I'm not quite sure yet. I need to measure and make sure that these air jacks have enough space. Sweet, let's get doing this because, like I said, it's late and I want to see this thing lift off the ground. All right, so here is the plan now. I think I'm going to take the bracket from the other side, flip it around like this, so that they are facing opposite of each other, and I have more space with the threads because it's gonna be kind of tight with those threads here. And I think we're probably maxed out on the rings. We're gonna be really close at least. So, and by the rings, I mean the rings that hold in the air jacks. Before I even put a weld on the top one, I'll get the bottom one fit where I want it to go, weld it into place, then I'll set the air jack in there, adjust it to the height that I want it to be at, and make sure this goes into place where I want it to be at. Then we can throw a tack on that, and we're good to go. Let's keep moving. This is the part about fabrication that I love the most. Not the time-consuming part of it, but the part where you get the satisfied feeling of seeing something come together just like this. Check it out. So we have the air jack in place. As you can see, I have the plate right here, and this plate is flat against this air jack coupler here kind of type deal. And on the bottom, it's doing the exact same thing. So now we know our air jack is level, it's sitting in place. Now the only thing left to do, put a couple tacks on this, pull this out of place, and we're welding, baby. We're that much closer to getting this thing up in the air. Okay, moment of truth. We have been here. It is late. It is, look at this. That's right, 12:30. Air jacks are installed, brackets are welded in, air lines are ran. All right, let's see. I think this is on. Holy crap, dude. Oh, yes. Oh my gosh, that's so dope. That is, dude. Oh my goodness, this is freaking awesome. Huge thanks to Nuke Performance for supporting this build so that I can make this car next level. This is insane. Look how awesome this looks. And you know what? I'm a mini trucker. I mean, so... Yes. Oh my goodness, dude. I gotta do it again. I gotta do it again. One more time. One more time. This is freaking awesome. I'm definitely gonna do something different with these lines. I want to use something that's a little more protected. But yeah, I mean, I can already hear a leak in the back. These lines are not my favorite. Probably gonna go with hard lines, and I'm probably gonna use different types of fittings. But as far as I'm concerned, this looks amazing. This is awesome. It functions. The brackets are holding up good. I mean, dude, this is freaking awesome. Hold on, one more time. One more time. Ready? Who votes for this as ride height? Yes! It's 1 o'clock in the shop. Everything is done. I am finished with this for the day. That was a lot of work. It was really fun to do. This car looks amazing now, even better than before. And now you guys know how it's gonna look. It's gonna look insane when you roll up to the show or at the track, whatever you do. When you lift this thing up like that, it's gonna be another level of just awesomeness on an already awesome car. Thanks again to Nuke Performance for setting me up with these air jacks. These things are amazing. They look really good. Again, thanks to my sponsor, H&S, who set up our shop with a badass welder. This thing is amazing. And without that, we wouldn't be able to do this project or other projects in the shop. So hit them up in the links in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.